Welcome to the Circle Grace One. I'm your host, Chief Principal Teacher and Founder, Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. Now, the Circle Grace One was founded on July 2nd, 1999 AD under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. And it gave birth to its very own spiritual and metaphysical institute online on February the 7th, 2009 AD, also under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. And it is called the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. And this is the spiritual and metaphysical institute for the Circle of Grace One. It has over 40 some odd topics of lectures and seminars, workshops, and most of it is done online. And of course, a great deal of it for a fee. What I'd like to do right now is we get ready to start off with this program. I wasn't here last week. We had a slight technical problem on my side, and so I'm here, well rested. One of the things I want to say is welcome and greetings here to the channel of the Circle Grace One here for you stream. Within about an hour or less after the program is over, it will be uploaded to YouTube, to my Circle Grace One channel right there. So anytime that you don't get a chance to see programs live here, you can certainly go over to YouTube and just type in www.youtube.com /user user and then Circle of Grace with the number one at the end. It'll take you right to my channel page there, and you can simply watch the show in the archives. I have about I think right now about 67 videos, and some of them are gleaned from other people that I do subscribe to, but you should find about the last 20, 30, 40 of my own right there, and some of it going back to last year. And what I'm beginning to do now is download a lot of it myself, because I'm going to turn some of these programs into DVDs, and we're going to get them out there to many of my students. I might even create some, which I used to do before, on CD, create a video that goes right on a CD, and you can put it right in your computer or your laptop or so forth. Now, as I say, I want to give you an opening prayer here. Through divine power and by divine grace, remember that you are all blessed, and in this very moment, you can always be a blessing to others. May tonight's program assist you in having a greater awareness, a greater expansion in your life, a greater understanding. Peace, amen, and so it is unto you. Now, as I said, there was no show last week, but we have a show this week, and we may not be on for a long period of time, but nonetheless, you're going to receive a program. And this is something that Spirit has been working through me and giving me to share with so many of you out there, whether you're coming through Twitter or Facebook or here through Ustream itself. You'll get an opportunity again to get these teachings. And tonight's program is called The Power of Choice. The Power of Choice. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to tap into my notes here, but I'm going to give you all that are listening to the show two affirmations and two decrees. Two decrees and two affirmations. But what is an affirmation? An affirmation is actually a positive thought that re-enlists inside yourself, helps you to remember the greater influence of spirit with yourself. So you can affirm yourself also with the power of intention behind it, the principle of intention behind it. You can move forward in your thinking and move forward in your feeling. The word affirm means that you know something is true. You understand that what you're saying is true, is the truth for you, is the truth in your life. And we know truth is a principle unto itself. And so when you, like the word principle means a fundamental truth of all truths. That's what a principle is. So you're using an affirmation to help you get to the core of your truth and to bring that truth forward by stating it out loud. Now, what is a decree? A decree is a statement that lends to you power and authority through yourself. And knowing that you're connected to a divine source already that is infinite, the greater I am presence, the God in you, the higher self in you, the spirit of you, the Holy Spirit within you, the God presence inside of you. Once in the divine creator, and you're the co-creator. So here you are, understanding and having all this power and all this intention. Now, when you say it as a decree, you have no doubt. There's nothing, there's no reservation. You're not holding back a thought or a feeling. You understand this is the truth, and you can therefore issue it and live according to that. So a decree empowers you through your words, through your actions, through your thoughts, your feelings, and your decrees all at once. It's stronger than an affirmation. You might see a decree as a prayer. You might see a decree as a living meditation. You might see the decree as an affirmative prayer. It's all one and the same, you see. You just, once you get to the point where you're going to decree something, there's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your feelings that you know what you're talking about. You don't doubt yourself. You don't have any fear there. You're not confused. You're not living in a state of chaos. You're living in a state of order. And so when you live in a state of order, on some level, on a very deep level, you are moving yourself forward. You're catapulting yourself forward. And you're understanding that divine presence is always there. It never left you. It's all here. It's just you haven't thought beyond. So that means you have to break through limitations and restrictions in order to get to where you want to go. What is that cliche people have used now? You gotta do something different. If you've never done anything different before, maybe I'm not phrasing it right, but I'll put it to you this way. In order to do something new, in order to get a new effect in your life, in order to get something in your life that you've never had before, this is the phrase. In order to get something in your life that you've never had before, you have to do something different. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over. Now, you can get empowered by doing the same thing. But you know, if people are worried about their life, then what's happening? They're empowering themselves through worry. And then they get the very same thing that they're worrying about. So if you're doubting that you won't make it as an artist or a dancer or a singer or a musician or a choreographer or a ballet dancer or a teacher, if you doubt yourself that you'll be a scientist and you keep worrying, if you doubt yourself, if you're in the nursing field, you're studying to become a nurse, you doubt yourself there, then you will eventually excuse me, you will eventually get exactly what you don't want. The same thing that you keep talking about that you're worrying about. So you have to basically, when we talk about the power of choice, the power of choice is to make a decision and is to work toward making a clear, clean cut decision for yourself. And with that, you have to understand. You're right, understand. What is the word understand? Understand, stand under. What are you standing under? What are you standing upon? You're standing upon a principle. You're standing upon the virtues of yourself. You're standing upon the divine laws of the universe, the universal laws, and you're underneath them at the same time, which means you have to do what? You can't break the laws. You can only attune yourself to the law. You never break the law. The law is greater than you. So you attune yourself to the divine laws, to the universal laws. That's what you're here to do. Stay in alignment, stay in attunement. But then again, you have to grow. You have to grow your understanding. You have to grow your knowledge. You have to expand your knowledge. You have to expand your awareness. So as you do these things, then you what? You come into the flow. You get the principle of continuity. You get the principle of reciprocity. You get the principle of allowance. You get the principle of acceptance. All of these things are principles. All of these things are the underlying truths that are infinite, that are interlaced with each other, that are flowing through you, that are part of the divine force, divine essence flowing through you. So we have to choose to make a clearer decision, a clearer choice. And these things are happening continuously in every moment of our life. That's right. You decide when you're going to go to sleep. You're deciding when you're going to get up from sleep. You're deciding that you should eat. Now, if you don't eat on schedule, then the body starts reacting. So, just like if you're not making the proper choices and the proper decisions for yourself in your life, your body, the body collective of you, which is your environment and the people in your environment and your loved ones, your friends, your colleagues, your associates, your neighbors, and other people that you're dealing with, will feel the impact of a non choice that you make, a non decision that you make. So you have the power to choose. You have the power to leave the house with a smile on your face or not. You have the power to impact another person with the energy that you carry, the energy with around you, this biomagnetic electric field. So you're making a choice what you put into that field and what you take out of that field, what you allow to flow in and allow to flow out of that field. You make decisions when you get up in the morning or you don't feel like getting up. You make a decision to bathe or not, to eat or not, to exercise or not, to live comfortably in life or not, to live with fear, to live with courage. You're making a decision, a choice in every moment. So, for the most part, it is totally up to us. For the most part. Now, why do I say for the most part that it's totally up to us? Because you're here dealing with other people, engaging energy, your personal space, and your space outside of you. You're engaging with others, your energy with another person's or a group of people. Also, you're engaging with the animal kingdom and the insect kingdom in the family around you on earth, and the rocks and the rivers and the sand and the you name it, trees and the flowers and the fruits and the vegetables and the air and the birds that are flying in the air and the animals that walk on land and those that are in the sea. You are totally interacting. Now, as you interact, you are giving yourself a sense of permission. You're allowing yourself to engage. What does engage mean? To come together or disengage. So you're making this choice, you're making the decision in every moment of your life. And even if people don't know you and don't know you made a decision or not, they can, if they're sensitive enough, they can begin to feel that you didn't make one. But they don't have to go into it with you as to see why you didn't make one, why you chose not to make a decision or make a decision. So it's important. And we have to realize too, when you're born, you come into this life as a baby. Well, you're making the decision soul wise, spirit soul wise, higher self soul wise, to designate to come in with other souls who you're going to allow to be your parent or your sibling in this lifetime, or just to be your guardian elder. Or you're going to create the vibration where you come in, where you decide to, your soul aspect decides a better path of learning for you shall be through the power of adoption. So you'll come in that way. In any event, as a child, others are making decisions and choices for you. Like like you're calling out as the baby went that you're hungry, but the parents are giving unto you the sustenance and the nourishment unto you. Yeah, to satisfy you so that you're not hungry, to give you nutrition so you're not starving. So they're making certain decisions: what clothes you're going to wear, how you're going to sleep, where you're going to live. But at a certain point, you start growing into your individuality of who you are, and you start being able to think for yourself. And yes, sometimes you are the power of choice is co co chosen because you have peers. So you find yourself moving with your peers, and many of us have done that when we were in middle school, in grade school. You wanted to hang out with your friends. You wanted to go be popular, go to parties with your friends, go to parks, sporting events, amusement parks, go fishing, or go to game centers, go bowling. Back in my day, you didn't have a lot of. Yeah, they had electronic racing cars, as we call them, slot cars. You just go to a place and everybody, you spend your $5, $10 for the day, and you can be down there all day with your little slot cars, racing your car against someone else's cars, and joining teams. Or you can go bowling, or shooting billiards or pool. In any event, you are making you made a decision, you chose to do that, but then you had to go along with other people's choices, your friends, your peer group. All right, and then as you got into partnership through relationship, now you're co-partnering, right? So you and your partner are making are coming to a level of compromising, or coming into a decision together, what is best for the couple to do, for the two of you. And then it just keeps evolving. So we see here that we have to, make a choice or make a decision. Now, sometimes when you don't make the right ones and you find yourself in negative situations, like what I mean, getting maybe someone getting involved in drinking and drinking too much and then being arrested, and then gotta spend a night in jail, or somebody commits a crime and must spend a lifetime in jail. Now, your privileges are taken from you, and now you're being told when to sleep, when to get up, when to bathe, when to eat. You no longer have the freedom that you had before. So we are always working on learning about ourselves and how our environments that we live in, our surroundings, somehow help to mold the type of decision that we're going to make, the type of choices that we're going to have. And the most important thing to remember, and I said this is going to be a short program, just get right into it. The most important thing is the choice is left up to you. Each and every one of us has an opportunity to choose what we want. You can choose the type of clothes to wear. You could choose the type of things you want to eat, what you want to bring into your body. You make those choices. But remember, the choice that you made will always impact your life in some way or another. So whatever choice you make, this is why we hear people need to make healthy choices. Not just healthy foods, but healthy thinking and healthy what? Friends. People who think positive, act positive, who are always about doing something better for themselves and for their surroundings, their community. You can get to a point where you can give back to your community. Well, you don't have to wait until you get all the way up there. You can still do it at whatever level that you are at. As long as you are making a positive choice, which then creates a positive decision. A positive decision first, giving you, looking at all your choices, like a multiple choice, A, B, C, and D. D would be none of the above or all of the above. So which are you choosing to do? What are you deciding to do in your mind? What are you deciding to do within your heart? What are you feeling? What are you feeling that you should be doing? Now, some of the things that can help us there, some of the traditional tools that are a science unto themselves is prayer, affirmation, fasting, or going and listening to someone else's teachings. Someone else who could guide you. Maybe you have a mentor or a life coach that could guide you into the right direction. You're still going to make up your mind. You're still going to make the decision. But the person can let you know how many choices are out there that are available to you. So you want to always move forward knowing that you're in alignment with the divine. You're in attuned to the divine source. that's flowing around you all the time. So once you realize that, once you know that there's this divine force that's always flowing, and it's in a state of expansion, it's already in a state of perfection on its own. You just have to attune yourself and align yourself by remembering that it's there. Getting to know it, acclimate yourself to spirit. Getting to know that spirit is present. That you are an infinite thought, an infinite feeling connected to the greater source. You're the microcosmic force that's inside a macrocosmic force. So you're a part of it. You're not separated from it at all. So you want to keep that in mind. Now, another thing I want to mention too, many times, and this is what we might say that we're struggling or fighting against to overcome subliminal messages. Now, there are some tapes and CDs out there that give very good positive subliminal messages that deal with weight loss, that deal with better self-esteem. Now, if you know that's there, that's good for you. But we're learning to step away from subliminal messages that come through the TV, the radio frequencies through TV, through your computers, the subliminal messages that come in print media ads. You know, one day soon, if it's not been done yet, you're going to see a print media ad and you're going to be able to zoom it up real large and see that there's another message embedded, like a watermark embedded in the message. We just want to let you know that those things are there. With high technology that's out there now, that's been out there for a long time, anything is possible. You want to be aware. So this is why it's very important for you, for all of us, to control your own thoughts. Thoughts that are coming into you and the thoughts that you're coming up with yourself. And be in control of your feelings. This is why it's very important to what you are feeling. Pay attention to what you are feeling. Because what you are feeling clearly leads you in the right direction. It's part of your instinct. You don't have to think about anything. This is where your intuition comes in, and your feeling, your deep levels of sensitivity come in. This is why I taught a long time ago. We are spiritual, sentient beings. I mean, we can feel 360 degrees what's going on. You always can't see what's over the horizon, but you can feel it before you get to it. Why? Because you're interpreting the energy in your field. You are a field of energy yourself. So therefore, you have this ability to interpret the energy around you. When you interpret this energy around you, you have this ability to go into a greater sense of awareness, a deeper sense of remembrance, and an infinite sense of wholeness, being totally at peace. So be careful when you're watching TV, subliminal messages. Be careful when you're listening to radio, subliminal messages come out. Be careful looking at print media. One day, subliminal message embedded in it like a watermark. Things being programmed all the time. But you have to gain control over your thought, your mind, and your heart, what you're feeling. The chakra system, you've got to gain control over it. The best way to do that is through meditation. That's one of the best ways, is through meditation. Through speaking the word, because your words carry energy. You speak into your environment, into the ethers. That is another way. And understanding the power of the letters and the words and how they come together and the energy behind the words. This is why you have to begin to select better words, better phrasing. Because even there's a certain cadence when we all speak. There's a certain cadence when we move about physically. And that cadence, that rhythm, is based on brainwave levels and heartbeat level. So we have to begin to tune it. They call that the cycles per second, hertz cycles of the brainwave level, and then the heart level, heartbeat. Neither one of these can be, either one can be controlled by outside influence. So I'm just letting you know, if you're not one into meditation, find a way to get into it and get inside yourself so that you can control what's coming into you. Because you are this energy force field, and it's being bombarded 24/7 with energy all the time. You have to find ways to flip that energy around so it's not invading your personal space. It's been doing it a long time. We have to be careful with everything that we're placing in the body. We have to be careful of the environments that we are in. Even if you're out exercising, just going for a casual walk, don't walk through an area aimlessly. Pay attention. You may not see something physically concrete with your eyes, but you are a spiritual sentient being, and you can definitely feel something going on. You can definitely feel energy moving around by your feet, energy coming in through the soles of your feet deep in the earth. So begin to pay attention. The clearer you can get, the better for you. Some people have what we call natural instinct. Naturally, their intuition is there. Some of us, like myself, I had to work at it. I had it natural, but I still had to work at it, and I'm still working at it, through it, with it. Get clear. This is important for us making the proper decision for ourselves stepping in to making powerful choices, because powerful choices are being presented all the time. The power of choice, but is based on the power of decision first, spirit of decision. So the choice is the outside, but you have to decide from the inside. So it's the spirit of decision will create the environment for the choice to be made. So I want to give you a brief meditation, and I'm going to give you two affirmations that are linked together and two decrees that are linked together. And know that they're interwoven. So you have four elements here. Now, also at the same time, the meditation will be very easy to do if you listen to the words. So let me begin. This is going to help you get clearer so that, again, you'll know what the decision is within yourself. Therefore, you can recognize and identify choices outside of yourself and make the right choice for you. I affirm that in each and every moment of my life, I am free to be in charge of my mind, which is my thinking, and my body, which houses my feelings, my sensitivity to feel. I affirm that I am in command, and I decide and make choices, the right choices, because I have the power and authority to do so here and now. I'm letting you know that you have the power and authority with yourself to make the right choice from the spirit of decision on the inside of you. You're going to make the right choice. You're not going to make the wrong one. You're going to make the right one. You're not going to unfold. You're not going to unravel through doubt, fear, or illusion. You're not going to unravel because someone is trying to make you unravel. You're not going to do that either. You're going to come into alignment and come into attunement with the divine. But you have to come to the source of understanding, a divine source of understanding that the presence of God is always with you. So therefore we move on and say, I decree that I make up my own mind. I decree that I make the right decisions for myself. I decree that I am one with God as the diviner in my life. I decree the Spirit of God expresses through me. Therefore, I make the right decisions and choices in every moment of my life, here and now. Amen. Now, also know that when you're not feeling something, you don't feel like you're supposed to make one, stay with that energy. The expression of the divine is assisting you. See, as you get clearer with yourself, you get real clear with your feelings and your thought processes and how you're thinking and what you're sensing, you will always move when you're supposed to. And again, you'll be in total alignment and attunement. So if you're not feeling something, don't do it. In other words, don't put pressure on yourself. That means if someone walked up to you and says, can I borrow your car? Well, you may not let the person borrow your car because you don't know who they are. If you knew the person, then yeah, you might let them borrow your car. Well, someone says, can you give me a loan? A cash loan. Maybe what you might have to do is double it in your head. Add it up twice. And so a person says, hey, can I borrow $10 from you? And not that you couldn't help the person, but you have to think, before you depart with that $10, do you have another $10 there for yourself? Or if you're already aware, you already sense that the vibration, the force field of finance is already there. You're in the whirlwind of it. You could feel it coming to you. Or maybe if it was your last $10 at the moment, you can give that person that $10. Because why? You know it's coming from another source. You know it's coming in from another source. So therefore, like I said earlier, you're not going to worry. You're not going to create a negative prayer for yourself. You're not going to focus on what you don't have so much. You're going to focus on what you know that you do have. So you know you're in this force field where this energy is coming to you. Money is there. It's making its presence known to you. Material things are showing up around you. So here's a simple original Creative Pathwork meditation of mine that can help you make the right choices. Why? And choose for you through the power of the spirit of decision in you, the spirit side of you. I want you to envision yourself in a perfect field of energy. Now, what I mean by that is go to a place within your heart and mind and your conscious memory of a place that brings great joy to you. Take a moment where you're feeling that joy inside yourself. And as you're feeling that joy inside, that place of joy inside yourself, allow yourself to feel the presence and the beauty and the harmony all at the same time. Know that you feel totally aware and at peace that this place that you find yourself at is normal for you. It's the place of where miracles feel normal to you, where joy is normal for you, happiness is normal for you, peace, great peace is normal. You can remember everything. It's normal for you. It's not strange. Transitional power exists. The power of transformation and regeneration is there for you. Feel it as a golden white light flowing from every degree within the universe. And it's flowing in every degree within the heart and mind of God. The great infinite I am presence is flowing from every possible degree that is infinite within the universe into you and through you. Just take a moment now and feel that. Take a moment and use that inner eye and see that happening. Where you might see it as fiats or pellets of light, envelopes of light, streams of light, ribbons of light, spiraling down into you and through you and clearing out your emotions, clearing out your mental state so that you're not worried about anything, clearing out any aches and pains and soreness and stiffness throughout your joints and your body, your muscles, your tendons. Just flowing, that energy. Feel that energy just flow through you continuously. And every time it's flowing through you, you get more what? Expansive and more relaxed. Yep, you get more expansive and more relaxed. You feel the peace. You feel that inner love, that self love. And that self love empowers you. Feel now the Spirit of God embracing and glowing through your heart's chakra. Feel the presence of the divine I am in you now. Now, as you begin to feel that, know that you're enveloped totally by this light. It's like a shield of love. Now, as it is the shield of love, here comes the affirmations again with the decrees. Let me read them a little slower, starting right now. I affirm, just keep breathing, that in each and every moment of my life, I am free to be in charge of my mind of thinking and the body of sensitivity and feeling. Just take a moment now in that and feel the freedom of that. That means you don't feel restricted, you don't feel clamped down, pushed down, you don't feel any pressure. You feel light and energetic. I affirm that I am in command and I decide and I make choices. That means you got the right decision. The spirit of decision is in you. That's what you're affirming. That you are in command. The I am in you is in command. And therefore, the spirit of decision is making the right choices. Because I, meaning you, have the power and authority to do so here and now. It means you're not letting an outside, not letting an external force interrupt your personal flow. You're not going to do that. So now, understanding that, see, because the power of choice is based on the spirit of decision and the spirit of change. So now, here comes the decrees. I decree that I make up my own mind. Get the feeling of the vibration. I make up my own mind. I decree that I make the right choices for myself. Can you feel that? Yourself, can you see yourself within your meditation making the right choices for yourself? Choice, choose. You're choosing what you want for you. And if you're with a partner, then you're choosing with the partner. You and the partner come together as one and you choose together what is good for the highest good of your relationship. I decree that I am one with God as the diviner. God is the great decision maker. The universe, the macrocosmic, has made a decision and you're a part of it. I decree the Spirit of God expresses through me. Therefore, I make the right decisions and choices in every moment of my life here and now. Irasante kose. Do you feel what you're supposed to feel? Take this moment and just feel those words. Take this moment and know that your life is increasing. Take this moment and know that your life is now expanding. Take this moment to realize and remember that the spirit of decision in you is going to cause you to make the proper choices for you. Therefore, change is easier for you. So you're not working against the force, you're working with it. That's why we call money like currency. It's an energy field. Your thoughts are an energy field based on what? Impulsive electrical impulses running through you. And it's being proven every day that the heart is giving off a greater C SEA, a greater sea, a greater field of impulses all the time. It's beating out that rhythm, that cadence all the time. You're riding with the flow all the time. Your heart knows where you are to be all the time. The heart knows what you need to receive all the time. So it's through the spirit of the heart within you helps you to make the right choice at the right time. Therefore, you're deciding when to do that or this. You're deciding when to receive. The power's with you. You're giving yourself the authority to think freely for you. That's what you're doing. So I want to begin to close this out. This is the 30th of June 2014, and I'm going to begin to close this program out. But if you want to find out more things about what I'm doing, why don't you just go to http colon double forward slash www.circleofgrace CIRCLEOFGRACE with the number one at the end .net. Now when you go there, or you can just type in http circle of http colon double forward slash circle of grace 1.net, means the same. It'll take you right to my homepage. You can read everything that I have going on there, updates. You can read some of my Twitter remarks there that I have. You can tune in to hear just by going into circlegrace1.net. So tell all your friends and family members, tell all your associates who you feel that this message could help them today, or help them at any point in their life. Today's program, Circle of Grace 1, The Power of Choice, the June 30th, 2014, 6/30/2014. That'll be the title. At my Circle of Grace 1 channel for YouTube within the next hour, it'll be loaded up there, so you can go there and check out all the other programs. As we say, I'm here between 5 and 7 p.m., so tonight we have a 41-minute program, 42-minute program that we came on here. We started roughly about almost 6:30 at the time. We came on. It's about 7:02 p.m. right now, Mountain Standard Time. So if you ever want to find out more information, or you've got any questions or comments, you can simply email me at iam.circleofgrace1@yahoo.com or iam.circlegrace1@gmail.com, or Bishop Francis, BISHOPFRANCIS, at circleofgrace1.net. And you want to know about my e-newsletter called Two Bears, or the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance, you find that information at circlegrace1.net. You want to find out how to get your copy, a prepaid subscription, at your home, right to your mailbox, wherever you live. It won't be sent out through the internet. That's called the Grace Keys of Remembrance, and it comes out 6 times a year. Every 2 months there's an issue. So if you want to find out about that issue, why don't you email me right now at iam.circlegrace1@yahoo.com. Bishop Francis, BISHOPFRANCIS, at circleofgrace1.net, or iam.circleofgrace1@gmail.com. You can call me on my Skype number, 973-685-5978, or leave a message also for me at 505-717-4722, which is the spiritual and meditational decree request line. So you can go right there. You're going to listen to almost a 2-minute decree, all-purpose decree, then you can leave your message. Well, I'm going to sign off right now. Thank you for tuning into the program, whether you got to hear it live right now or you decided to hear it later on. So this is an opportunity that you get to come on and get all this information. Thank you for listening whenever you can, whether it's in the live format or in the archive format. Thank you so much for your time. And I should be back here next week. I'm looking forward to come back next week, and I should be here, and I believe that date will be Monday, July the 7th, on live to give you that information. Now, I may not be here on the 15th. I may be at one of the feast days out here in New Mexico. I'm planning to go to, I believe it's the Coach T feast day. And I don't like to miss a feast day. It's important to go and see these ceremonial prayers done in the form of a dance. And I have some good friends out there to connect with. My family and I are going to go out, meet up with one of our favorite shamans out there, Brother Redbird. So as a shout out for him as well. He's a master third generational drum maker, ceremonial drum maker. And so we like to go visit him and go see the dances and just participate and get to see our friends out there on the pueblos and so forth. Well, until next time, thank you so much for joining me. This is Circle Grace One, founded on July 2nd, 1999 AD, under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. Is a spiritual and metaphysical ministry at the same time. It also gave birth on February 7th, 2009, to its very own spiritual and metaphysical institute called the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. They have both come under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. Of course, I am the founder, host, bishop, chief principal teacher of both, Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you soon.